Like, okay, why am I? Why am I struggling? Why am I rushing? So first of all,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel like, uh huh.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
You guys have gone off topic. I was trying to bring you back to Toronto's, and you're all there just going NFTs.
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about how to stop crime. More NFTs lose crime.
No.
Yeah.
Kati. Actually, what I had wanted to say earlier, now that I speak about it, I remember, it was, oh, what? Matrix had said something about, um, the bad thing I can't even ask
Kid,
you what you had said, but it was about,
kid,
eh?
kidnapping or
Mm-mm. Oh, like the people that steal from you are people that you know. Yeah? I don't,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
I feel like, okay, that's true to some extent, but to some other extent it's not. Okay, like there's some scenarios where an individual, like people see you walking into the bank, and you went empty-handed. Now you're coming out with an Osofia bag, like those big bags. What are you doing in the
Mm.
in the bank with a big bag? What can you carry out from the bank? Definitely it's money. So I feel like these people prey on people. They see you entering the bank. They also see how frequently you enter the bank. For example, a business person that has deposits, like say you deposit every Saturday or every Friday or frequently, weekly. They can see you, so they begin to monitor you. So it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that knows you, somebody in your inner circle. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Mm.
Plus some other point that I
Yeah,
forgot.
but the yeah, I do agree. The people who steal from you, they've done their homework. They didn't just follow you to come to your house by mistake at night. They know that you had money and everything, and then they find a way to follow you, trace where you're going, what you're doing the money, and when you go to the house, you come out without the money. They've been following you. They follow you. They definitely do that. Mm.
Yeah, so I didn't want that point. It was a burning point.
There's a weird case with Somalis, man. God damn. There's a case I was hearing of a crime at night. You know, the weirdest crime happens at night. There's a weird crime. What happened was a Somali.
Guys, I'll be jumping off for some minute, then I'll join you guys.
No worries. It's a little noisy. Anyway, okay, we'll see in a bit. No worries. There's a case where the Somali guy, what he did, he jumped on a boda and he was carrying a big bag and he was driving with boda. So the boda was going and his girl was driving and going really fast. Then actually was going driving, and then the boda kind of fell down. And when they opened this plastic bag, their body parts, and he freaked out, oh, screaming! All the people came and saw the body parts. So police were around. Like, where did you come? This guy over here gave a. Then what happened? The actual Junubin went back to where'd you come? Where'd you meet this person? They came back to the house and they found Somalis cutting up Janubin in their house. This was a very insane case. I don't know what happened. What did they do something that was not halal, or did they piss someone off, or did they was it taking money and covering their tracks? Another thing that's also surprising. Let me tell you. Okay, go ahead, no, Neville.
No, I didn't get what you said. What did the Somalis do?
They basically gave a bag to a boda driver, who was a big plastic trash bag, and told him to deliver to throw it to and put in a deliver to a place. The guy was trying to deliver it, and then he kind of collapsed, and he was getting up. He found the bag open. It was body parts, and the
Oh
police
my
were
god.
involved. And I swear to God, I heard this thing. I couldn't believe it. Police were involved. They're
Whose
going to
whose
arrest him.
whose body parts was it, like a South Sudanese or were they like a
It,
fellow Somali?
Janubin.
What the
So police,
fuck?
I swear to God, I was my mind was blown. So the Janubin police were around. They were called. They said, "Where'd you get it?" They went to the area. He picked it up. He said, "It came from this house." They went to the house. They found Somalis cutting up people in the house, and I think nobody knows the full story. Maybe there's money involved, or maybe what's it called? It was money involved, or maybe it was a bad dispute. But
I
those
think
people
no
were
no. You know, there. But then I heard this was like an Egyptian thing where like they cut up people and like this organ trafficking. Could it be that?
Might have
Like
been. Who knows?
where they cut people and then they get like the heart, the liver, the kidneys,
But I
and those
think it happened
important
in.
parts.
Does it happen in Juba? You heard about that in Juba?
Yeah. Oh my God. What do you mean? It does happen. My publisher, his brother, um,
Mm-hmm.
his uncle disappeared, and then they've never
Whoa.
found him up to now. And then somebody else in his family, yes, very dry now. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Somebody else in his family, a younger person, not like his uncle, also disappeared in the same way. But then he was found. But then he had been cut up.
God damn.
Like
And
the body, it was like the heart is not there, and the liver and the kidneys. It happens.
God damn.
But
Human
what I know is
trafficking.
that it happens. Yes, organ trafficking. But what I know is it's mainly done by Egyptians. I didn't know so much because even Somalis are victims in Egypt. I sort of did some research because I was doing some work in regards to human trafficking, and you know the funniest thing, even religious
Mm-hmm.
organizations, some of them are in this thing, and big doctors and surgeons. But so now, what sort of protects them, especially the doctors and the surgeons, is patients' confidentiality, right? When a patient comes and they needed like a liver transplant, and they say I'm uncomfortable speaking about how I got the liver. It's covered in that, and then the doctors sort of use that the it's called Hippocratic oath, where like as doctors once we're done with school, you swear to never breathe that. But you know it's bullshit. But so that's what they do. They
Mm.
okay. In some parts that are not very that are not that dangerous, like there's some scenarios where they just need your kidney. And you know, like you have two kidneys. So they tell you you're going to sell, you're going to buy it from you,
Mm.
and we're going to give you 40,000 or $43,000. But usually they don't. They cut you, they leave you. They sort of put you back, but you know, people develop sepsis because it's not hygienic. And somebody that is doing this illegally, there's no way they're going to sort of try to pay up everything and give you proper medical care. Yeah. So maybe that's what the Somalis were
Wow.
doing.
God damn. The problem is human trafficking is big because legally you cannot sell hearts, and some people need hearts and need livers, but there's no market for that. So they use the black market. And it's usually going to rich
Yeah.
people, rich white people.
Yeah, you know the funniest. Okay, it's not the funniest thing, but the one thing I found out was organ, not organ trafficking, but selling organs, right? Like you know how people donate blood. Some people can actually be paid for their blood or for their other organs. So it's illegal.
Mm.
Transplants, yes, like to give out. I don't know. I don't remember the
Yeah,
right
it's
term,
legal.
but to sell your organs.
To sell hearts, to sell organs is illegal. You
Yes,
cannot do
it's
that.
illegal everywhere in the world except Iraq. So sometimes they take victims to Iraq and do these procedures from there.
I think it's not only about Iraq. It's also the Western world. Somebody has a kid. They need. That's why the biggest what's it called market for human trafficking is kids. To find a kid, a matching liver for a kid is so damn hard. So what they'd be put on the waiting list forever. They may never find the kid. The kid might not make it. But the fact of the matter is, if they put it out on the black market, somebody finds it, they find somebody who matches the thing, and they'll easily because I heard a lot of it was more in Sudan there was so many kidnappings of kids. The kid would come back and you could see like stitching on their stomach, the livers, one of the livers was removed. It was like a very evil act, but that happened. So that's one of the big crimes that's happening, the human trafficking itself. But I thought we were done with that in Egypt, and I just realized, yeah, I thought we're done with that. Go ahead. What are you going to say, Nubia?
No, I'm like, okay, I just wanted to remind us that we're going off topic again.
No,
We've
no,
now
no. We're
gone
not.
to
Topics about
that's
crime.
crime too.
Any crime.
No,
Crime.
I
Yeah,
thought we were sticking to Toronto. Okay, okay.
no, no. Toronto is only crime in the morning. This is crime at night. We're talking about Toronto is just basically a bunch of young guys who are robbing during the day. The only thing that we all agree on is Toronto's don't rob at night. Mainly, I think, because of the lighting and also what's it called? Most people, a lot of people, they go home early because they're afraid of other stuff. And also, you have to remember, at night we have a lot of military checkpoints. So if you're robbing, anybody screaming, these guys are walking around with AKs that are loaded, and I think they're pretty trigger happy if need be. And they haven't got their cigarette, they haven't got paid, so they'd be feeling lucky to take out a Toronto and rob them of their riches they had during the day. So that's another thing that why they don't really attack uh, during the at night because at night they'd be targets for more not just by Genovese in general who have their own vehicles. They'd be targets also by military and police at night. They'd be waiting for those people. And yeah, that's what
But
happened.
I feel like if the military really wanted to solve this, they would. Because how are they so deployed at night? How difficult is that? Can they be deployed during the day?
Yeah, very attentive. I already said earlier. I spoke a situation where I talked to a police officer who was a friend of mine that my phone is stolen. He got it back in 24 hours. He found the person, talked to people, did proper detective work. This was detective work, by the way. I was impressed. It's like a little bit
Also,
of detective work.
they stole your what? Your phone?
Yeah, they sold my iPhone from the car. And then this police officer basically walked to walked with me to parts of Juba town and walked around. He saw, and they said he hangs out there. That's the guy. And the other guy betrayed him. That's the guy. They picked up the guy. The guy denied everything when he saw the police station, and they saw the whip. He started singing like a canary. He was saying, "Yes, I took it. It was on the floor." And then he started beating him. No, no, it was in the car. I held the door open. And he sung like a bird. And they were about to put him for like 3 or 4 months. I said, "Nah, let him go." I just said to myself, like, the country's economy is bad. He was desperate. I'm not mad. I got my phone. What the hell do I gain from this guy going behind bars? And he was released. But yeah, the police guys
What do
are,
you mean? You gain a lot because you protect other people. In the 4 months that he's gone, you want to. But yeah, I understand.
no,
Sometimes,
yeah,
okay.
no, because I felt bad because I saw the prison of Khartoum were shit. The prisons in Khartoum in North Sudan is worse than Mexico. You be living in a cell. You take a crap and go to the bathroom in a bucket. You got to carry the bucket out and pour it out, and it's hell. It's worse than Mexico. Mexico is if anybody's in the U.S. they know that the worst prison, one of the worst prisons in the world, is Mexico, and in North Sudan it's worse than Mexico. So to wish that on this guy after he got my phone back I didn't really see that as a point. Yeah, yeah, he might be off the street, but they whooped him. They whooped him. They beat him like Jesus. They whooped him. He was screaming. They beat this guy like Jesus. And then I just said, okay, you now. I hope you. I know he didn't find Jesus because he's still getting high with Sicyon and all that other nonsense. But I said maybe this whooping might be a lesson. They beat him lashes with the what they call it, the cartouche or the black snake. They whooped him bad. So I thought that was enough. This guy had screamed and cried and screamed and cried until all the ugly cry with all that the tears in the face and the nose. Yeah, I thought this guy ain't coming back. It's done. Phew, that was pretty good though. But yeah, I was very happy, and I saw he tried to crack the phone. It said like uh what's it called retry after 2 hours. So he tried to crack the phone. He failed. I even screenshotted that later on, but I think maybe less minutes. But I screenshotted to show that this guy tried to crack the phone. He failed, and my iPhone password was kind of ironclad. You can't mess with my iPhone password. What the hell were you thinking? And that's why you should stay with an iPhone. And if you have a Samsung, throw your Samsung into the river because that thing cannot survive like an iPhone. That's all I have to say to all those people. Yeah, my iPhone survived. It was Samsung. It would have been cracked in like 10 minutes. God damn. Oh yeah, yeah.
You seem to have a thing against Samsung or Android. in general.
Okay. Samsung, I have a Samsung TV. I love everything Samsung except the phone, if that makes sense. Even the sound, the whistling. Why is your phone whistling at you? Then why is your phone whistling when there's no women in the room? And then why is your phone making all those funny ding sounds and ding 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 like the battery's low? So I got tired of Samsung, and I still love the TV. Sony, in terms of TV, Sony is dead. In terms of music, Sony is dead. Samsung is killing it in everything to me except the mobile. The flip phone's pretty nice. I saw a lot of people have a flip phone in Juba. Like, yo, but where's the cover for that flipping thing? You can't make a flipping cover. So that phone, you drop it, it's murder she wrote over there. Hmm. Hey, we have Coco, with a little cocoa butter. How are you doing, Coco?
Hi, Ksantino. Hi, Newball.
Hi, Coco.
How did the
Hey,
podcast go? Did I miss it?
You're
you're
still in the
technically
podcast.
you're still in it. I want to ask you, what crime story have you to share with us? Have you heard anything of Juba crime?
I've
Have
had
you
a lot
ever?
of stories about Toronto boys. I
Oh,
almost was a victim, but
oh, tell us your
was
almost
too
victim
close.
story. We love the stories. It's like a car accident where nobody gets killed. We love it when the car accident when nobody gets killed are the best car accidents. But
Oh
tell
my
us,
God.
tell us the Toronto boys. What actually happened? How
Um, I was on a
did they woo you?
motorbike. When I
Okay.
first moved to Juba, I was a fan of bikes. So I was on a
Ah.
motorbike going somewhere, and I had my
Mm.
bag just hanging on my, the ladies' bags.
Oh,
And if
was it Gucci?
no, it was definitely not a Gucci.
Go ahead, continue.
Airport Road in front of EcoBank. This is nice, thank you. In front of EcoBank, that road going to J1. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a car behind us that kept hooting. And I was like, why
Hooting.
does this? Yeah, there's a car that kept hooting at us
Oh, you
behind
mean
us.
horning, blowing, pushing
Hooting,
the
yeah,
horn. I
like
got you.
hooting. So I was
Okay, got you.
wondering, and they did that for a few minutes. It's like, what's wrong with this guy? So we thought he wanted us to move so he can pass, but he didn't overtake. So he just kept hooting. And then I told the border guy to slow down. And when he slowed down, then the guy came like next to us, and he's like, "There's people on a motorbike looking suspicious, and they look like they're trying to snatch your bag." So I was like, "Oh, okay." And then we looked back, and they just passed really fast, and they went past us. And that was my survival story. I don't know what would have happened. They would probably have thrown me on the ground and snatched my bag.
So they missed. Were
Yeah.
they trying to kidnap you or take your bag?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to ask them.
Oh my goodness! I think
But
I
I've
think
had
some
a lot
women
of
like to be
stories
kidnapped.
from other people also about Toronto. I know a pregnant woman who was, the Toronto boys tried to snatch her bag, and they threw her on the ground and like dragged her for like a few meters because
God
she wouldn't
damn!
let go of the bag. So they dragged her, and she had the worst bruises, and it was so bad.
Oh my goodness! Such
Yeah.
bastards.
Didn't you go into labor? Didn't you go into labor?
No, I don't think she was like close to.
She
She
went
was
to
not that
labor
close.
from Toronto boys. Oh my goodness!
I don't
You
think she
can.
was
Oh my God! When you're
almost.
stressed, when you enter such a stressful
Yeah, you
situation,
could easily
you
go
can have
into
like you
labor.
can have
Yeah.
like yeah,
My goodness!
premature labor.
Yeah. And
Then
the
then
Toronto
they
Ah,
boys
but
also,
Coco,
there was a time they started snatching people's wigs off their heads. It was ridiculous.
ha.
I heard that story, but I feel like you're really lucky you survived trauma
Snatching
I
wigs.
know, I
because
know.
those.
Okay,
And
but
from that day, I've never gone on a
one
border
second.
border in Juba.
Let me get it straight.
So how do
Did
you move
Toronto?
in Juba?
How do you move? Yeah.
I got a car.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Hey, sister made it. Well, okay.
yeah.
Let's go back to the wigs. So the Torontos know about the value of the wigs, or how does it
They
work?
do.
They know the closure. They know the frontal. They know all that.
They know that wigs are expensive. And
Santino,
wigs are
you
very
know that
expensive
closure.
in Santino.
Hey,
Santino,
hey,
your girlfriend
relax.
is doing
Hey,
a good job.
hey.
You know.
I'm educated. Sometimes when you're coming, hey, Santino, here's some money. They send some money, and I'm talking about a couple of $100. What's this? We need you to get this. There's no weight. There's no weight. What is it? We need to get a closure. 360. How many inches? And I'm like, what the hell?
That's really
And then
impressive, Santino.
then what would
No,
happen? I'd be talking to the guy. Oh, you want three? How much the inch? Oh, there. Then they give it in a bag and they print it. I'm like, what the hell is this? It looks like it's alive, but it's just hair.
ah, oh man,
And then
people that wear wigs are so expensive, to be honest.
Yeah,
ah
especially in
ah
Juba. In Juba, wigs are
ah.
really expensive. So I think they knew about that, and so they'd snatch people's wigs and like go resell them or something.
ah. I
Yeah.
also noticed that what's it called? The wig is so expensive. The amount of dollars. I think it's more expensive than some people's gold, and
Yes,
less weight less.
that's
More
an
expensive than what?
investment
Aye.
than
Okay,
gold.
another thing. Uh,
Are you
Aye.
sure?
yeah,
Then
Coco,
yeah, I
what's
mean
the
like
most expensive wig? What's the most expensive wig you bought?
you don't know.
for my size, $500. 400,
Okay.
$500. But actually, no. But
Wow.
that was 2 wigs. It was 2 wigs though. It was 2 wigs, not just 1 wig. 2 wigs.
Ah.
400 for 2
Okay.
weeks.
Yeah. No, that's
Santino,
cheap,
let me
right?
send you 400 so you can get me 2 weeks.
In Juba, it's more expensive than
Good.
that, isn't it? Yeah.
Eh.
But that was a sale, and it's Indian. I don't know if you like Indian hair. I don't know. Hey, PPDL, what's going on?
Santino,
Yeah, what's going on? Tell us, brother.
long time, dude. How you doing?
Long time. We're talking about crime in Juba.
It's
What
been a
crime
while.
has
Yeah,
happened to you?
I saw that. I've
Mm.
I've been doing well. Hello, Nimbol. Hello, Coco.
Hi, how are
Bananga,
you?
there is no M in my name. Where have you gotten the Nimbol from?
Nimbol. It's like the eye.
Yeah. There is no, but you said
You will
Nimbol,
allow
like there
it.
is an
Allow it.
M.
No, the B.
Hey, you need
The B.
PPDL. You have to pronounce
It's
women's names
Nibol.
correctly. Yeah,
Nimbol.
women don't like it when you say them wrong. Mm?
No, it should have
Nibol.
been.
Oh,
It
I
should
mean,
have
okay,
been
that's the
A.
Ugandan way, but you can say it should have been what?
Should have been A.
Should have
Should have
been.
been what?
You
I
you
mean,
you
there
want to
is a
rename
letter.
the woman?
There is a
You
letter
want to
in your
rename the woman?
language.
A.
It's A.
Hey, you cannot
It's A.
rename
Uh,
women. They don't
I
like
don't
that.
get you.
He
You
wants to
don't get.
rename you. He thinks you should be
Wait,
renamed.
Santino. Santino.
Ah, Allah.
Will
What's
you?
up?
Will you let me talk to her?
Okay, sure. Shoot your shot. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was like, if it were Nyebol, there should have been something like a E where there is an I there.
Then
So it's
that would
like
make it
if
Nyebol. Nye.
you need to pronounce it in the language that you belong in.
First
Nyebol.
wait. Eh, Nimbol? Where are you getting M
Nyebol.
from?
There's no I
Who?
am Nyebol. It's B.
It's
That's
Nyi. Nyi. Can
B.
you say Nyi? Repeat after me.
Nye,
Nyi.
nye,
Nyi.
uh-huh. Nyebol.
PPD. Oh God.
Anyway,
Why? Okay. Let me just leave you. But it's not Nimbol. It's Nibol. Or
Nyebol.
okay.
Sure,
Okay. Just say
sure.
what you want to say. It's a free world.
Hey. I just realized there's a crime being committed of mispronouncing women's names. Oh my goodness. But
What?
it's an okay crime, huh?
What? What do you say,
Nothing.
Santino?
But I think you'd be better off saying a pet name than
It's not a crime, my friend. I'm
pronouncing.
trying to rectify this is the exact
Hey,
pronunciation that I have. Trust me.
but hey, my friend, next time you want to shoot your shot, make sure you clean your gun. Just saying, clean the gun, then you shoot your shot.
I got it.
Okay, tell
All
us
right.
about the crime that you've experienced. What crime can you share with us?
Oh, man, they
Oh,
grabbed my phone.
huh?
That
Did
was
you get it
about
back?
3 months ago. You remember
Oh,
last time I told you I lived in Juba now?
yeah. Did you leave? You left Juba after they stole your phone, or what are you talking about?
No, I didn't leave Juba. I'm still in Juba.
Oh, I'm doing good.
It was an evening. It
Mm-hmm.
was one evening 3 months
One
ago.
evening, 3 months ago.
Yeah, yeah. So I got a call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lose someone somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was reaching to them.
Then
As
what
I was
happened?
going, I was going looking for a taxi. So I was standing beside on the sidewalk. You guys call it, right? I was standing on the sidewalk. Yeah, so I'll move and move because I was not like my mood was not in order, you know. I was not in order at all. So I was just talking to someone moving around. So these
What
guys
do you
were
mean?
looking at me.
Well, one second. What do you mean you're not in order? You're walking in the wrong
I
system?
told
What do you mean?
I told you I lose
Walking in
someone. I
zigzags, eh?
psychologically. Psychologically I
Oh,
was not
sorry.
stable.
Psychologically, I'm not in order. Your
I was
mind
not
is okay.
stable, yeah.
Okay.
He
Psychologically
was
I was not
absent
stable.
by
Yeah, because I got a news. I was absent
Absent-minded.
minded.
Okay, not in
Yeah.
order. All right.
It didn't even get it did
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it didn't even occur to me that there were Toronto boys. So I was walking, I was holding the phone by my left hand, and this guy
Left
just ran.
left hand is yet shaitan, right?
Left hand.
They say yet left hand yet shaitan. Anyway, continue.
So they just came. I didn't notice they were coming. I only knew when they grabbed the phone while I was talking to someone. Just on my ears, literally.
Well, was it a
So
woman?
as I
Were you talking to a woman?
what do you mean, man? I got a news. I lose someone. Someone was
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was you think if I was talking to a woman, I would not be.
You know, if you're talking to a woman, I think your grip on the phone
No,
would be
no, no.
much stronger.
I mean, that's not possible. So they just grabbed the phone when I couldn't run after them because they were on a bike. They were so fast. Hello?
they
I think
usually
that
have
was very traumatizing, PPD.
Yeah.
There's no
like a
sound. There's
particular
no
brand of
rolling
motorbike.
sound.
Sound
Yeah,
Senke. Oh my God, they use Senkes.
like calling out for people to help
he's a man. Men
or
don't
what?
do that. Help! Neshta, help! Help! No, men don't do that. That's a woman thing. We know
You
that.
know, I didn't even say. I was shocked. I was completely surprised. In fact, it was the first time for Toronto guys to grab something from me.
Oh my
They
goodness.
never did.
You're, yeah.
Yeah,
So it
and you're
was,
also not in your right mind. I think they could also see you're there walking,
No, no.
yeah,
receiving
they
bad
knew.
news.
They
He
knew.
said he
They
was
knew
not
my
in
idea. These
order.
guys are
He
like,
was not in order.
yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are like psychiatrists, you know.
Huh?
They always knew that they all they always knew who is absent-minded around.
But so
Yeah.
the Toronto boys can tell you're not in order. How they look in your eyes, or what? What do you think is happening when
Yeah.
you're on the motorcycles?
No, all your move. They can tell from all your move, the way you move, the way you talk.
Mm.
They can tell that you're not attentive to anything else. Yeah, this guy is
So
expert,
after,
man.
okay,
I don't know.
okay.
It's like they train
After,
themselves over there.
so
After
me,
what?
after I was attacked, I kept
Mm.
thinking, what can I do to go into these Toronto people? I kept thinking of ideas. Maybe we make bags for women and call them anti-Toronto bags, and connect somehow like some electric thing. Like if your phone is grabbed, you press one and you shock them, or I don't know, like, or make something that is. But then how would you make a slimy bag that
Huh?
once they catch it?
Slimy bag. What the hell is this? Huh?
Yeah, like I kept thinking, like, wow, these guys have traumatized me. Now I'm trying to make money from my trauma.
Anti-theft. You know, I was listening to what he said. He's got a point. Those Toronto boys are watching you. They're watching your move.
Yeah, they wish you.
Every word, every step.
What's that?
They're watching you, man.
Where's the
That
sound coming
song.
from?
Yeah.
That song gives me bad
Nibble, have they
gives
ever
me
stolen from you?
PTSD. Oh my God, Coco, don't even ask. Yes, they have on 28th August, 11 a.m. in
I don't even
Muriki.
know the date at the time.
Hey, you're saying like
Yes,
your
I was coming
birthday.
back from a radio talk show.
Hey, I think when someone's listening to this podcast, they said, "This is when my son was born." Or my
Hey
daughter.
guys, Santino,
Go ahead.
Santino.
Yeah, I'm
I think
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
remember something.
What do you remember? Tell us.
Yeah, you guys know I've been here before, right?
Well, in heaven or in the Toronto incident? What? In where?
in the
I
spaces?
mean on this space.
Oh
I mean on
yeah.
this space.
What you? Was it a good experience? We hope.
No, I just remember something. Like Nimbol followed me and she unfollowed me again. I don't
Huh?
know. Yeah, she
Followed
did.
you?
Uh,
Followed you in real life or followed you on Twitter? We were trying to follow,
On Twitter. On Twitter.
and then she unfollowed you. But well, okay,
Yeah, I
first of
don't know.
all, let me say something, PP. I've been
Like
talking to
I
a lot
met
of other.
I
Let me
hmm?
let me give you some Twitter advice. If you want a woman to follow you, you need to have your picture somewhere. And
Oh, if I want a woman to follow me, I have to.
yeah, you have to have a face, and you have to have some media, so they can kind of know who you are.
But
Okay,
I've got women's
no, no,
following me.
no. It has nothing to do with Twitter, really, for me. I mean, Santino, I don't know your
Like I
picture. I
tried.
don't know what you look like, but I follow you.
Okay, one
PP,
second, one second.
do you appreciate
Wait,
honesty?
What's
Okay.
going on? Nyaquan
of
follows
course.
you? One
Like I
second.
try to figure out.
Nyaquan follows
Wait,
everybody? Oh, okay. Anyway.
Santino,
No, no, no. I'm not
Santino,
fighting. I'm not fighting.
Ah, okay.
Santino. I try to figure out.
Mm-hmm. Tell us what you find
Yeah,
out. What's your detective work?
I try to figure out. I check my posts. My tweets,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was like some of them were disgusting or what I don't know.
There's something disgusting?
Like she.
Ah,
hmm
Ding, ding, ding,
what,
ding.
ding, 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 ding. What was disgusting?
Like
Tell us.
there's one that says, oh let me just get into them. This is
Okay,
what
tell
I
us. What
try to
did it say
figure
that
out.
was disgusting? Okay, tell us. We're trying
Yeah,
to
this is
figure
what
out
I
too.
try to figure out.
Tell us,
Huh?
and I'll say if it's disgusting because I know what disgusting is. So,
All right, there is this one.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed she seemed to be a religious person. Eh? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there was a tweet that says, yeah, if God is very loving and very forgiving and
Mm-hmm.
all knowing, why do I need to
Mm-hmm.
pray? And another one is like, it is funny how some people think that we are being punished by God in South Sudan. Is the punishment done on us or in heaven? And beside, where we
Oh, you
judge,
think you wrote the wrong you got the wrong scripture from the Bible? What are you trying to say? Where were we going?
wait,
I think it
did
just okay. PPDL. We don't even know your name. PP. Oh, there's Loin.
Loin,
Okay, Peter. Peter.
Loin, yeah,
Okay,
Peter.
Peter. Loin. Okay, Peter. Peter's a real name. Okay, Peter. Peter's
You
a
mean all
very
those names
strong
are not real
Christian name.
names? Wait,
And
you mean all those names are not real names?
no, but you
Why do we
say
prefer Peter, my friend?
PPDL. We have to go.
Why
You
do
have
we
to go
prefer
by
Peter?
no. Peter's a real name.
You better
Okay.
say Loin.
Uh,
Loin. Is it hard
okay.
for you to say
Loin.
Loin?
Loin. Loin. Loin is
Loin.
there. Loin. Loin.
Loin.
We got it. We got loin. Anyway,
Yeah, Loin.
back to my point.
Anyway,
Back to my point. Okay, let me say something. Back to my
Mhm.
point is that yeah, I have there's another woman that was not following another guy. Her argument
That
was,
was what?
"Where's the photo?" Okay, there's another woman that was not following another guy. Her reason was,
Mm.
"Where's the photo? I don't see you." And where is the South Sudan flag? There's no South Sudan flag to show that you are one of us. And where is
Oh, that's
the also? I'm serious. Then where is the any
oh.
photo or anything of you? And we need to know that you're not too short. We need you to be a little bit tall. And then where is something of your media? Your media has to show something related that you're commenting on something related to South Sudan. You're commenting on something traditional, cultural, and nothing. Religious is okay. I know some South Sudanese go to church. Most of them are faking it, but whatever. But anyway, you have to have some media. If your media is not really showing much about you, of what you believe and what you support, you have no photo. You're like pretty much a ghost. You look like a robot. You look like a fake account. So if you had a photo, something. No, I'm serious. That's the problem. most
Well, I
for
understand.
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's find out if that is what you think.
No, okay. Well, let's leave Nebo for a second. Coco, what do you think? If you want to follow an
No,
account,
what?
for
No, what
huh?
does Nimble
I
think?
mean, I
Oh,
don't think all those reasons you're giving Santino are valid.
okay,
I
fine.
mean, I follow you. I've never seen your picture,
My picture's down.
but
You gotta
maybe,
scroll further. All right.
but maybe it's one of those things that maybe he knows where the problem is, but the only person who can tell us is Newbold. So let's let Newbold tell us.
Okay, Nebo.
And
And
following
Peter.
someone back is not a big deal.
This feels like those family meetings when somebody has done something wrong and everybody first
This is
has
an
to give their
intervention,
speech.
Eh?
and then
Yeah,
the accused comes last.
yeah, and then the accused comes and then you start defending yourself.
No, but I think
PPD, it has nothing to do with
Maybe
your
you guys,
religious. I mean, I
you
have
guys
a
are
lot
saying
of
we are in the corner.
I no, it's okay. I actually have no hard feelings, but then I personally I think I follow people that it's not even about who I follow. Okay,
interesting.
so I have a really good friend. She's called Samantha,
Huh? She's
and
not a guy.
she
Okay.
no, I have a friend called Samantha, and Samantha is like a body positivity activist. She's overweight. She has like issues, right? I mean, it's not even
Damn.
something that she needs to work out with, but she gets a lot of hate
You said
from the
fat and
internet.
workout.
People,
Okay.
yeah, like she actually does a lot of dancing, a lot of what. So her thing has nothing to do with being lazy and not working out. And then one time she posted a picture of her, and I mean, as a supportive friend, I retweeted her thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think the previous night I had followed PPD, but then PPD came on that retweeted picture, and he was being very disrespectful.
Oh.
He
Oh my God. PPD.
Yes,
Don't do that.
he's
PPD.
he bullied.
You
That was like bullying, and he's telling her. I don't even remember. I think I can look it up and check, but I'm not going to do
fat.
that now.
Was there fat shaving?
Yes, fat shaming. So I felt like, oh my god, this
Alaykum
guy
Allah.
reasons this way. I can't like. And then if my friend goes and sees that what actually follows this guy, it sort of communicates something about me. I don't want to be associated with people that and this is nothing personal. I don't have anything against you, PPD. I've never met you before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Zol.
yeah, so I am I felt like okay, if this is the kind of person he is, I don't think I can follow him. I don't think I need to follow him. Yeah, that's why I'm following him.
Loin or Peter, how do you know
Wait.
she unfollowed you?
Santino,
How do you Huh?
Santino,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's what I wanted
Santino.
to ask too.
Just wait. I think let me check. Let me check what she's talking about. I
You don't
absolutely
remember? You
did.
don't remember your tweet?
I can't
You
bully
can't remember
someone.
the tweet?
Yeah, I remember what she's talking about. So this
What did
lady
you say?
says
Okay.
that let me. I just want to check the tweets here.
We're gonna
Like
find out it's a crime. For those who
yeah,
are
there
listening,
was
we're gonna
this.
find out if there's a crime. Go ahead.
This lady says that if yesterday is ex evitation, something like that, nimble, right? That's what
What
you're talking about, right? Like
is
it
is
was the
that?
lady who had a tweet, who had a tweet that goes, if yesterday's ex evitations taught her anything, it is this, right?
Right.
Yeah, let me. I just remember it. I haven't found it yet.
Yeah,
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 she
it's
was
her. So
like,
how do you remember that?
it's here, it's here. So let me read the tweets. Then I'll read my comment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Santino.
Yeah. What you can do also when you're doing, you make sure you retweet the thing up there, retweet that thing up there, and then read your tweet. It'd be perfect. So since we're
No,
talking
no,
about
no, no,
very,
no. She follows me. If she comes online and she sees that, I don't. And when I'm on a space, I'm sure she can know I'm on a space.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay, fine.
Shall I read it,
Yes, go ahead, read it.
Coco?
Read the
All right.
poem, the poetry.
It's
Go ahead.
here. If yesterday's is ex evitation taught me anything, it is this. Semicolon. You can be as smart as you want to be, but at the end of the day, you can only succeed with a team that wants it as much as you do. Nimble, was that the tweet?
Yeah, I'm
That like
actually looking at the tweet.
that sounds like
So
poetry.
does
Like,
it have anything to do with her side now?
huh? It sounds like
What
I
do you
poetry.
mean,
mean that?
does
I
it
think
have
she probably.
anything to do with her? Like, all right,
I
let
think she.
let me read my
Juba probably
comments.
removed. Nebo, did you
Did you
remove the
guys get
tweet? I
it?
think.
Huh?
I heard it. It sounded like poetry. Like it was like to me. It sounded like Karkade is
No,
red.
it's not poetry. It's very clear.
Okay.
What did you
Like
comment on that? That's the question.
she's like her experience. Maybe the way I understand it, Nimble, she's like her experience.
Mm-hmm.
Her experience. Her experience taught her.
PPD, can you just read your comment
Okay.
so that
Yeah.
we don't
This is
drag
my
this for
comment.
long?
Yeah.
I
Let's
says
read the comment.
I
Yeah.
I says this is my comment. But
Okay.
this is the comment, huh? I
Uh huh.
says but some goals are only
Mm-hmm.
your goals, aren't they?
Was she a
So
goalkeeper in this comment, or what's going on?
let me read it again. But some goals are only your goals, aren't they?
Huh?
I mean, you guys have understood her tweets, right?
PPD,
I
what
Someone
don't
did
said,
you
get
mean by
it.
your
I
statement?
don't get
Okay,
it.
if that's the point.
It sounds like a riddle.
which statement? Is
Go
this
ahead.
not what I is this not what I
What? No,
is this
I
not the
don't
one?
want to. PPD, I don't want to fight with you. Like I don't want this to be a back and forth thing. So what did
No,
you
there
mean?
is
Okay,
no.
let's just go to
Okay.
that.
Okay. Explain. What do you
Okay, we
mean
go to
by
what I meant.
some goals are your goals? Is it a goalkeeper, not goalkeeper? Explain what
All
this
right,
means.
all right. I think the point is all in her first because she's talking about she's like we can only wins together.
Mm-hmm.
Not so? Aren't you guys reading it? Like
Yeah.
she's you can be as smart as you want. This is what she tweeted, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she says, but at the end of the day, you can only succeed with a team. Like if you're dreaming to do some things, you can succeed only with a team. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you cannot succeed alone. That
Mm-hmm.
what that want it as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting it,
Okay.
Santino. And then I say, but some goals are only your goals, aren't they? Like I
Yeah.
was only on I don't see the connection between her tweets and her weight.
Hey.
Like she doesn't seem to be talking about
Wow.
her weight at all.
Anyway, at the end of the day, it was somewhat a turnoff. Well, I'll figure out what that means, but anyway.
It's
But
here. It's here.
generally, yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. It
She
got
said
you
at the end of
unfollowed.
the day, you can only succeed with a team that want it as much as you do. I mean,
Peter,
why
we
would
get
I
it. We get it.
bully someone?
Okay,
Why
we
would I
got you.
bully?
Let's move on, guys. We say what was it called? Kisra, none of Kisra. Kirkade is red. The what's it called? The sky is blue. Uh, Jinjaro cannot be sweet, but so are you. I don't know. It sounds like poetry anyway. Well, let's move on. You can talk about that in the DMs or maybe not. Let's just move on. I thought it was bullying, but it was nothing. There's no crime committed. Let's continue, Peter. Let's move on. Let's be a men. Maybe you'll get refollowed one day. Who knows? Let's move on. Anyway, going back to the thing, we're talking about other items. What other stories? I heard your story about the Toronto coming in and robbing people. That was something else, and it was pretty interesting. Everybody was not in the right mind. I do find it interesting. They looks like they might have been had some military training or something to try and read people's body language because military are trained to read people's body language. If you're in a car, they can know if you might be carrying stuff. If you're walking in an airport, they can know if you might be doing something illegal. But because it's all about body language, they will keep researching you until you look like a normal person. So yeah, I think Toronto have had some ways to case people, which is I think is very interesting. As I never thought about that they're picking on because right now it's similar to hyenas. Hyenas they can see somebody who looks wounded, they can see someone who looks short. They don't attack tall people that are strong and healthy. They look at someone who's separated from the herd and then they pounce and do the crime. The Torontos are acting like hyenas. They look like they're gonna grab. They have that kind of teeth. Actually, the grabs are pretty weak because how many times did they grab the bag and they were not successful? But yeah, the way to take them down is to improve the economy, because if the economy is improved, they will not have backing from all these other officials. That's for sure. But yeah, that's another thing. What other crimes do we have? Let's talk about more at night. We talk about human
It's
trafficking.
not
Oh, go
human
tell
traffic.
Peter. Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
all
like we
about.
have the. I mean, it sounds like you have the right idea already. So it's like you can improve the economy. That is pretty agreeable.
Mhm.
So it's like you already complete the discussion. The way I see it.
Okay,
Hello?
that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm here. That's good. I'm here.
Like you
Another.
did it all.
Okay, I'm here anyway.
I think
What
that's the
I'm saying
perfect
is,
answer.
what
But
human
but
trafficking
you
is
know
at night.
the one thing that is very confusing to me is why do they call them Toronto?
We already talked about that. Could someone repeat for this guy why they're called Toronto?
Hmm. Why do they call them Toronto? Coco.
I don't
Anybody
Nimal,
know.
heard that?
I wasn't here. I don't know.
Okay.
Nimal, why
Neither
do they
Nemo.
call them Toronto?
Um, I'm not quite sure, but Santino inside. Okay, I think I've had Santino speak about it before, but today I wasn't there when he spoke.
Okay, let me just
So
say it again. Okay,
okay.
say what. Tell us what you heard. Tell us what you heard. I like to hear what people remember without asking what happened in the podcast. What did you remember? What do you all recall? Are we old? Are we not old anymore?
I think you said it was I can't remember. I know it in my head, but I can't put it in words.
Hmm.
Come on.
Okay, let me just do it. Toronto boys, there's a place called Adlabara. In Adlabara, there's a hotel called Toronto. These people were hanging out there, and they used to rob all the people coming out of the hotel, and that's how they got called Toronto boys.
You mean
And they were
that
doing,
Labara that we have in Juba?
yeah,
Or
there's
another
Adlabara in
at Labara?
Cartoon, but the cartoon we
Obviously.
have
Oh,
in
in
Juba,
Khartoum.
no,
Yeah,
no, the
it's
one in
probably
Juba.
that.
Come on, no, it's the one in
Yeah,
Juba.
Juba. The one in Juba. Did you go? Who goes to Khartoum anymore? And Toronto boys are predominantly
And the Toronto boys
in
came
Hello?
all the way from Khartoum.
eh, on the motorcycle. Come on,
Yeah, that's the question.
no, it's from the Toronto boys
It's
are
at
from.
Labara in Juba, Peter. It's the one in Juba.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that Labara in Juba?
Yes.
Adlabara in Juba. That's where they. That's why they call
But
Toronto boys, because they started there. They have nothing to do with Canada. Just that hotel was called Toronto.
all right.
That's it.
All right.
Okay, let's move on. What other crimes can you guys think of? We already mentioned about the human trafficking at night. We mentioned. Okay, let me tell you another thing that I'll tell you. Another crime that kind of surprised me. There's a man and there's a woman. They're pretty close. They're lovers. They're sitting in the car at night. Let's say it was about 8:30. It's pitch dark. You know how Cuba's not lighting's
Eh,
not very good. Just
Sa-
hear the story.
Santino,
It's pitch
Santino.
dark. Yeah, it's pitch dark at late night, right? And then what happens is, what's it called? These two are talking, and then what happens is, it's very dark, and suddenly some people come with guns in the car, and they what's it called? Tell them to drive, and people were all fiberglass. So they took the guy and the girl. They're driving in the middle of the night. They're driving, and they want to take the car. They want to take the people. But what saved them? To my surprise, the woman was screaming. The guy was screaming, freaking out. There's guns, for God's sake. But what saved them is that the car ran out of fuel. The car ran out of fuel, and then afterwards, the guy just left because they couldn't take the car. The car is useless. But they were one of them was put in the trunk, and the other woman thought she was going to get raped. But the fact that the car that these people were stole with guns without was the ran out of fuel saved them. The guy probably could easily been killed. Everything they just left in the car for in the trunk for several hours, and then eventually somebody came and heard their shouting, and they were released. Sounds like a freaking scary story. And the moral of the story I can tell everybody is, you don't talk to your girlfriend in the car in pitch dark night. What the hell? Get a room.
Hey
I
man,
don't know what to say.
Santino.
Okay. Tell us what's up, Peter.
Hey,
Go ahead. I was telling the story. Go ahead.
you mute when I was supposed to
What's
ask
your point?
to ask you
Okay,
guys
what's
to
your
leave.
question? Go ahead.
I
Ask the
was
question.
asking for your permission, for you guys' permission to leave. I just want to.
Oh, okay.
I'm going for
Okay. You gotta go.
dinner.
Okay. Okay. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
gotta go.
All right. No
I'm going
worries.
for dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make
So have a good time.
what are you gonna eat?
I don't know. I'll find out.
All right. Well, enjoy your
I didn't
dinner.
cook it myself. Hmm?
You're gonna cook
Yeah,
it
I
or
didn't cook it
okay.
myself. Somebody else cooked it. I'm gonna find out later.
Okay. Let us know if it was delicious.
Yeah. If I get you guys here, I'll come and tell you.
Okay. And don't forget
So have a
to
good time.
floss. All right, you too. Floss
And
after
if
you
I
eat.
don't make
All
it
right.
back, good night.
Yeah. Good night to you too. All right. That was fun. So yeah, that has anybody heard of these weird kidnappings at late night? Anybody ever heard of that? These weird kidnappings late night in Juba, where two people are talking in the car and then they're taken. They're officially taken. That was a story that blew my mind.
I have had a few of those, and that sounds like someone's story that I know of.
Oh
But
my
the one
god!
that I
I
know
wouldn't be surprised if it's the
mostly
same
is
person.
there was this guy and his family. You know how the shops in Juba are like on the roadside?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the roads are on the road, the shops are on the roadside. So he stopped on the roadside, like on the way to Gudele. He stopped on the roadside, and then the wife was in the car
Godele.
on the passenger seat, and then they had a child in the back seat. So the guy goes out of the car into the shop to buy some things, and he left the car running and didn't lock the doors. So somebody just came and jumped into the driver's seat and drove away with his wife and child.
Ah, was it kidnapping or they want the car?
And he drove around the whole night with the wife and the child. And then the same thing, the
Was
car ran out of fuel, and then he just had to leave.
by the way,
I think they
it's actually
wanted the
something
car,
really weird.
but I don't think they
God
had
damn.
guns, and they didn't know what to do with this woman and this child. So they just drove around the
Was he
whole
screaming?
night,
Was he
and then
screaming?
when
Do
the
you
car
think
ran out of
she was
fuel,
crying the whole
they
time?
just left.
Was he crying and screaming the whole time? You think she was crying and screaming the whole time?
It's really weird.
Coco, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Coco?
Yeah,
Coco,
well, it was weird.
can you hear me? Nebo, can you hear me?
Oh,
Probably.
hi, Santino.
I mean,
Hi,
probably.
Nicole. Can you,
She probably was.
Ne- uh, uh,
And the guy
Nebo, can you
went to
hear me?
like the nearest. Can you hear me?
I can't
Who
hear.
is talking? Their voice is very low.
Can you hear me, Nebo?
Yeah, Santino, I can hear you, but your voice is also kind of low.
What's
Can you
going
hear
on?
me now?
All right. Anyway, yeah, I can hear you. Coco, can you hear me, Coco?
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
hear
I
you,
think.
Okay,
Santino.
Coco can't hear me. 1 second. Let me bring her down. God damn, it was weird. We were talking over each other. Some freaking weird of stuff. Juba, Juba, Juba. We'll talk about internet one time. Internet, we got to put a middle finger to MTN and put another side middle finger to Zane, or maybe put two middle fingers to both of them. Okay, Coco, can you hear me now?
I could hear you the whole time.
But then why didn't you
I
respond?
was
God
responding. Maybe
damn.
you guys couldn't hear me.
Ah, what I was asking was the woman crying the whole time during this
Yeah,
process?
yeah.
How are you playing games with
She
us?
was screaming.
Mm. I can imagine. The thing I was thinking about both stories where because this is one story because that one was the actual they're not married. It was the boyfriend and girlfriend. They were put in the trunk and driven around, and the fuel ran out. And these guys had guns. That's why they were forced to go to the trunk. But the thing that actually came to my mind just right now is if you're at night, let's say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, there's no fuel station open. So this running out of gas actually makes perfect sense. That's why most people they don't fill. I mean, most people are cheap; they're not filling the whole tank. But if it's 9 o'clock at night in Juba, there's no fuel station open. There's even a bunch of people coming with stands, with bottles. The bottles has urine, it has karkade, it has God knows what, and they're trying to sell it. You want your car to work? We have this fuel. And the fuel, people said they're putting karkade, they're putting God knows what. They're putting, I don't know, grape juice. I've heard all sorts of cocktails of nasty stuff. But generally, yeah. So the fuel running out is a common story. And I
you know
think what's supposed to happen at night, you're supposed to
the
just go
story
to
that you were
point A,
saying,
point A.
Ksantino?
Mm-hmm. What about the story? Go
Your
ahead.
story sounds like another story. Angero, you know our friend Nyan Tumiola. I don't want to say her name, but there's a lady. It's a similar story, but this was just
Go ahead.
ladies.
Yes, you do.
It was just ladies. So they were coming, I think, back to the club or something. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so they were coming back from the club, and there were all girls in the car. And so they got to Fly Dubai. I don't know if you guys know where Fly Dubai is. So they got to around Fly Dubai. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a Fly Dubai office on Airport Road. So they got there, and there was something like a checkpoint, but I don't think it was like a legit checkpoint. So they stopped, and then these guys pulled out their guns, and they were like, "My friends, get into the boot." So there were 3 girls. So they got into the boot, and they did the same thing. They drove around the whole night, and then the car ran out of fuel, and then they left them inside the boot, and they were screaming until morning. And then a security guard came to like open the office and found people screaming, and then let them out of the boot.
God damn. It's always the boot, man.
It was weird. It was a weird, but I don't know what was
any American speakers. That's a trunk. And did they draw their weapons? They put out a gun. Hey, everybody, into the boot. But yeah. I know they didn't say boot. Juba English, there's no boot, I don't think. Did they say boot? I don't think so.
I mean, boot. Everybody in Juba knows boot.
Okay.
What am I saying?
Well, they say wara, get in the wara of the car.
Atla wara. Yeah, atla barra, atla wara. Get in the back. Yeah. Atla barra, atla wara. Oh my goodness! Oh, we're just having fun over here. You know, the oddest thing is, can you imagine if we had proper fuel? These people would be in trouble. So the fact that there's no fuel at night saves so many lives, right? Can you think about it? Just saves so many lives. God damn, what would they have done? And also I don't get in both stories. Are these people lost? Or are they don't know? I think they've never driven in Juba in their life, or what's going on? I don't know what's happening. You guys
doesn't
notice?
make sense. And why would they drive around with people in the boot? Why don't you just, if you're gonna like steal the car, leave the people there and take the car? I don't get why they have to like to put people in the boot and drive around with them like they don't know where they're going.
I think maybe they thought they had money. They needed. They were going to hold them for ransom. I think these people are confused. What do we know to do now? Who are these people? They'll call the police. Put them in the boot. No witnesses. Or I don't know what's going on. These guys, the military, or maybe they're watching a movie and said you're supposed to put them in the trunk. And by the way, the funny thing, if we have some new cars, the new cars there's a button. They have the levers, so you pull it and you can get out. But unfortunately, since we're buying Toyota, and that's why I tell you, but stop buying Toyota, God damn it. Japanese, they build us some stupid Freedom Bridge. If they bought some American, some Mercedes, some other nice cars, when you put them in the trunk, there's a little lever. You pull it, you get out. That's what I'm saying. Hello.
Not Juba cars.
No, but I think they put people in the boot because it's easier. Like you see, when somebody is in the car with you and you tie them up, people outside can notice. Like, or if they like fight a little, they can overpower you somehow. Like if they pick up a fight. But if somebody is in the trunk or the boot, they can't. How do they? Like it becomes hard for other people to notice, and it's also hard for them to fight back to try to like stop the car.
But if you're gonna steal the car, let the people let them go.
These are military, no witnesses.
Oh, they were stealing the car.
I mean, I don't know. Yes. Isn't that what they're doing? They want to steal the car.
Yeah, they're stealing the car. And also, by the way, most of the cars, did you notice? I think none of the cars have been for the V8s because they don't mess with V8. This is Zul Kabir a vehicle. They'll say V8. They salute the car that's speeding, even though it's a woman driving. They don't know. Because I remember I was in a car. One of these chicks was driving. I don't know why I just said a chick was driving a V8. Anyway, going further in the story, she just sped. She put her foot on the gas, drove, and I said, "There's a checkpoint. Don't worry. Not enough V8. Yalla." She just sped through all checkpoints, and one of these soldiers even saluted the thing. I was like, "Hey, woman, was that guy shooting a shot?" No, they think I'm Zola Kabir. Even though I never heard of Zola Kabira. It's always Zol Kabir. But anyway, it went on and went on. She just drove fast, and I kind of enjoyed it. Yuba's small, wherever you go is fast, but this woman just made it faster. God damn, that was a night, and that's one night where I felt like we should carpool with these V8 people. You carpool with a V8, you're just having fun. Just saying. Hey, Monquer, how are you doing, brother? Are we around? Monquer is quiet.
John Frog's bestie.
No, I think he's John Frog. It's just John Frog's best. He doesn't like his music, but yeah. Anyway, Monquer, are you there? I think his internet just is shit. Oh my goodness, Monquer's internet is garbage. God damn, Juba internet. So you can see his face and nothing else. His internet basically made the same sound we always hear all the time with Juba internet. Yep, Juba internet, people. God damn it. You gotta invest. Aniero, is Aniero there?
Anjiro, are you here?
I'm here.
I didn't say Angera. Angera, that let everyone know I'm hungry. We love your music. You always have the best music. I feel like I'm in Juba. I feel like I'm in Juba or Juba cafeteria. There's not even because I just noticed some of these clubs they're playing Nigerian music. So what story of kidnapping of crime have you heard? We're not going to talk about Australia. Australia, that's another time. We're going to talk about the knife stabbing and all that stuff next time. We're talking about Juba right now. Leave Australian stabbings.
Haven't really heard anything.
Oh my goodness.
Don't know what goes on in Juba.
Somebody with no bedri, huh? You sleep early. You sleep there because there's some people who like, oh, nothing ever happened in Juba. Some people they sleep early or they have lockdown, like they're getting married or something. But anyway, yeah.
I went out in Juba, but nothing dramatic ever happened.
And were we there longer than 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
Okay, you're lucky. That must have been a beautiful 3 weeks where the drama had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay.
Yeah.
But I just noticed, I felt like in the airport they should, even though we're South Sudanese, when we're leaving, they should say "Thank you, come again" or something. Thank you. It's always welcome to Juba, but they never say when you're leaving, "Thank you for coming back to the country." They don't like, they're just rolling their eyes like, how did you get a ticket and we didn't get no ticket? That's what I kind of feel. I get that vibe when you're leaving Juba. They're all rolling their eyes. When you're coming, they're all smiling. Welcome to Juba. Blah, blah, blah. And they're talking like I think they were actually talking to the foreigners. They're not talking as dark chocolate Junubin. They're talking to the foreigners. And they thought some of us were foreigners, but they were wrong. Anyhow, maybe I'll start. Maybe I just realized maybe it's also Parsi.
Did I miss much?
No, you didn't miss much. Oh my goodness! Hey, you came on Australian time. We've been here for like 2.5 hours of love stories. We met somebody he was shooting a shot, but he didn't clean his gun, so it was a terrible shot though. But you can hear it in our future and the end of the podcast. But yeah, it was a good thing. We'll be talking about dredging next time. Dredging will be a lot of fun. But yeah, we're talking about more and more. What's it called? How can I say Juba crime stories? We spent a lot of time on Toronto boys. Our Canadians, they saw that Toronto didn't come. Oh my God, are they talking about my boyfriend? No, oh my God, they're talking about my boyfriend. Oh my goodness, they know I'm not dating a Janubi because I know. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I know that's how I felt because all the Canadians disappeared. when they saw Toronto boys and they saw crime, what do they know? What do they know about us?
Did you guys figure out who the Zol Kabir is behind these boys?
No, these guys, the Zolkabir, there's too many names that are out. I try to narrow to one, but I don't want to give the kiss of death and say the name out loud until I'm sure. But if I
Yeah.
found out, I would definitely give the kiss of death shout out and hey, this guy is the Toronto. This is the Abui Toronto. I would call him Abui Toronto is this guy. Are we ready? Because those are the kids of Toronto. This is the father, the Toronto father, and he's driving a V8. Basically, the Torontos have 2 wheels. The father has 4 wheels. So that's what I was going to talk about, but it didn't happen. We didn't find out. But it is, yeah. Or maybe, who knows? There might be many fathers. It might be like a little bit of father club. There's also another crime of human trafficking. You guys remember before there's that situation in Nairobi with one of the minister's kids and everybody getting deported from Kenya and there's making huge news. The Kenyans, they're jealous of us or something. He was saying all that bullshit. But that actually was a surprising story to me. I was hearing hot in Juba, they got it wrong. The Kenyans
Who was getting
saw. Okay, there was a minister, the guy who was talking about labor or whatever, this useless guy. He was saying that his kids got deported when all these people got deported from the house. And apparently the Kenyan government actually went to the house because it was shady. There's a house full of kids, like teenagers and younger than teenagers, and there's no parent. What the hell's
Yeah.
going on here? What's going on here? That's weird.
Mm.
So the Kenyans brought social services to try and investigate, because these are all South Sudanese. And among these children was the Minister of Labor's children was there. And he was always coming out, oh, these guys are kid dependent. And they're looking like, your wife is with you and you left your kids in Kenya? What the fuck? What the father is going on over here? I was just surprised. And then they're always being deported. And he said something hot in Juba. And hot in Juba, of course, they liked the tabloid story. They didn't do investigation. When we talked to our diplomats, the diplomats said, no, that's hot in Juba. They don't know what they're talking about. They always get it wrong. What actually happened was the social services came. They found all these kids. There's no parent. They're living in weird situation. How do you have all these kids in these apartments, these housing? What's going on? What they decided to do, so they don't want to be any part of human trafficking. They want to destroy the Nairobi name because Nairobi is a perfect place for tourism. So they said, they just called South Sudan and said, these are your kids. We're going to send them back to y'all, and they send them back. That's it. All that other thing, the labor was trying to use politics. The next thing he started saying some stuff. Oh, South Sudanese NGOs should all hire high percentage of South Sudanese. That was just the biggest deflection, and he knew that it was impossible. But that situation of how the foreigners are running our country, that's another podcast we're going to do in the future, because I think it's how we're being ripped off in several ways by foreigners, and how all South Sudanese are being forced to beg. Like I'm here, South Sudanese working in a company, beg, can I have an iPhone? Can I have this new iPhone? Give it to me. Oh, can I have $10,000, $20,000? I want to go to Dubai and do all this. It's just sad. And one of the diplomats even has already said on, he don't want to say his name, but it was pretty much on record to me, that the begging part of South Sudan, this is how they, Zul Kabir and friends, they like it. They like South Sudanese to beg in their country. They love it. They feel they like the beg in general, and they love it when it's from them. But yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, crime of crime. Just gonna say another crime I'm thinking of, because I'm just trying to make sure I cross the I's. We already talked about the Kambala $420,000 bullshit. I think another thing of crime that happens is, I was looking about, like, if you talk about the Kampala situation itself, how did this guy, the thief, know that this guy had taken $400,000 in the thing in account? Some people who are around were telling me that the guy is pretty much balling. He's not living low profile. He's got his big cars. He's showing off and showing a lot of lavish lifestyle. That's why you go to Kenya. Oh, you're from South Sudan. Where's your V8? Where's all your dollars? He's basically showing this lavish
Yeah.
lifestyle. And then what happened after that was the criminals, they see that lavish lifestyle and they said, you know what? He has that money. Let me go. They don't know he had that much money in his bed. He's putting in the mattress. God damn, putting money in the mattress. And then what happened was he went in the house hoping to get maybe when you know someone has money, when the house is empty. At least maybe we'll get an iPhone, maybe get an iPhone, maybe get a laptop. But what happened at the end of the situation? He ended up with 420,000. I think what MacBooks, tablets, iPhones, and then he went on social media like these niggas are balling. And he kind of broadcasted like, look how dumb South Sudanese are, and that's how he got. He's like one of those Africa's dumbest criminals. He broadcasted he was, and then the Ugandans just found him. And I was just saying, well, and the funny thing, I love it reading these posts. All Janubin on the post that this guy got robbed, we're celebrating. Yes, take that government money. He stole it. It was easy for him. We should have had infrastructure. This guy is living in sin while we're like sleeping, drinking water. They're all celebrating. Now let everyone know that these guys are stealing our country money. No infrastructure because of some SOBs and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hey Coco, how's it going, Coco? Coco, I think she's having a Coco situation of internet. Once again, the Coco situation of internet. We put on the list of what's that sound you usually hear when there's horrible internet. I forgot the sound. This is our sound of the week for the horrible internet. I'll put it right there, loud and clear. Coco, this is for you. This is a solo song for you. Yep. Internet shit. Internet is shit. Courtesy of MTN and Zane in Juba. Try and unsubscribe. Anyway, yeah, the other situation we're thinking about, other crimes that happened in Juba I can think of was just people being lavish. Another thing I think should be a crime is when you go to Juba, I have to also add to you guys, some crime that I have to add to you guys that happens in Juba, is now let's say your neighbor has a lot of money, right? Your neighbor has a lot of money. You can literally go to your to anybody and said, okay, who's this guy? Oh, they'll say, oh, that guy, he just came 2 weeks ago. Oh, what is he? Oh, he's working. He's from America. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, he's carrying this money. He has a nice phone. If you want to gather intelligence about somebody in Juba, anybody will say, oh, they'll come and sing to you. Doesn't matter where from. They give it in such an innocent way. They don't know that they're actually making you a target. I was actually noticing that. Like I was saying, isn't that guy a stranger in the house? Yeah, it's the first time I've seen him. Why is he asking so many questions? Yeah, so the Addy. It's normal. Guys, he's gathering intel. You don't notice that this guy is gathering intel. What is he gonna do with that intel? No, there's no CIA. Ksantino, relax. This guy from Juba. But the fact is, people are fast to give out information. I don't get that. Why do you give out information of somebody with a lot of detail? That's why I think you gotta be low profile, because if you're not low profile, and so one guy I'm talking about, I don't know, these guys, they all go to Facebook Road or somewhere and sit down at tea at Shemarat. One guy knows your information. He's gonna come and then, oh yeah, what happened in the Shajar al-Lemon, under the lemon tree? We're talking about this. What happened? He was there. This kid, and then they're talking about, oh, he has money. Okay, he gave some money to that woman. That woman robbed him. And then, oh yeah, and then afterwards he spent some money here, but he still has all. It doesn't matter. He lost $20,000, but he still has 200,000 left. The information that is being spread in Juba is ridiculous. And the funniest thing. Go ahead.
I think that's on the individuals themselves that are trying to give out information, because I think as South Sudanese, we like to show everyone that we're doing well. So, say, Santino, if you like get a deal and say you start working with Microsoft and they're paying you, let's just say $100,000 per month, and then you call your mom, you're like, oh, mom, you've gotten this job, do you know how much they're paying me? And you tell them, your mom will want her friends to know her son is really doing well and she's earning a lot of money. So she'll go to show off. And then that's how those women know. So I think that is partly the reason why everybody knows your business. So if you want
Your mama,
people to stop,
your mama.
yeah, if you want people to stop collecting information about you, then you just have to like keep the information to yourself and don't share, because you're allowed to, as South Sudanese, that's like who we are, especially our parents, right? They're like proud of our achievements. They want other women to know. And sometimes even, because I think as women, when people sit down to talk, people act very friendly, but when they beef each other, like, oh, that woman, her kids are like this. This woman comes and talks bad things about you, and like, oh, her mom is not very difficult on her. Her mom is easy on her, and then takes bad information, and then comes back to your mom, and gets information. So there's a lot of things. So now women feel the need to prove that their kids are doing well, and then they give out this information, or their brothers are doing well, or their husbands are doing well. So I think that's the reason why. And then I realized when we speak about these people, like now these incidents that happened, that Arok case of 400,000, why he keep, I feel like as we're focusing so much on teaching them how to better steal money, because as we come and tell them, why didn't you take the money to the bank? As a thief, he's taking notes. He will know what to do next time he steals money. Yeah.
God damn. We're helping the thieves steal better for the future. God damn, what the hell is we coming to? But still, your mama is telling all your information. But okay, let's go back. Nibu, you're a psychology person. Who's the more of around the lines of Shamarat? Is it the men or is it the women? What would you think? Be honest, be gender neutral. Do you think it's men or women?
What do you mean?
Who is spilling the tea more, the men or the women?
Man, men these days they gossip more
Huh?
than women. Have you
Huh?
gone? Have you gone to? Have you gone to tea places? Let me tell you, I have had things about me from men, and I've been thinking, you guys are supposed to be looking after your kids. Your kids are there moving naked, no clothes, dirty, and you're here focusing on. I have had things. Nibol has HIV. Nibol has abortion. I'm like, first wait, what? And it's
Especially under
men.
Huh?
those trees in Juba.
Yes.
Huh?
People go and tell things to my father, and my father doesn't know how to hide. He'll come and say, Nibol, you're doing this. And I'm shocked. Is
Huh?
there another Nibol doing things in my body?
Huh?
So men,
Allah.
I mean, initially
Okay.
women used to talk a lot
Huh?
compared to men, but nowadays, you guys take the trophy. We gave
Just
up. Now we're chasing the bag.
I agree, new boy.
Of course. So the
matter
men
of
are gossiping more than women.
um,
Yeah, yeah. Allah, la, la. Ah, God damn. What happened to the men? What the hell's going on? You think maybe it's because there's no work?
Yeah, because there's no work. They're all there playing games, doom under mango trees, drinking tea from 7 a.m. to 7
Drinking
p.m.
tea
When you
from
say,
7 to 7.
They're
huh?
borrowing that tea from
you
the
guys
women and they don't pay back. Man, men
Say they
these
will pay
days.
at the end of the month.
Hey, I'll pay you on Tuesday or something. I'll pay you on the end of the month. And at the end of the month, if there's no money. Malaysia, yeah, Mar, Malaysia.
No, end
I
of
don't
the
know.
month, there's no money. They find the new person to borrow from. Do you know
La
how men
ilaha.
have been living in South Sudan?
But aren't the men the ones with the money?
The ones in government, the ones. Now, let me tell you. First of all, there's some men that you see a family as if they're doing well. The man keeps bringing the money. Kumbe is the woman going, maybe she has a tea place or she's selling alcohol. You know that local alcohol? And she's not providing for her family. And the man looks like he's providing, but he's not
Look,
providing.
local alcohol. What's the name of it? Kanyamaro? No, Kanyamaro is Khartoum.
Siko.
I
Aragi is
don't.
Khartoum.
Yeah, I think Siko. I don't know, but then women
Siko.
hustle a lot in South Sudan right now, and men take the credit and then shit on that on the hard
Siko.
work that women do.
What about that liquor named after the Minister of Information? Is that popular or is not popular?
I don't know who is the means of information. First
Michael
of all,
McQueen, you don't know that alcohol called Michael McQueen.
hey,
Eh,
he's the means of information. I know him, and there's
yeah,
alcohol called Michael McQueen.
man. But I like.
No,
But
it's
he's
the
very
it's the
cool.
waragi, it's the small
Hey,
waragi.
yo,
Hey,
the guy is really cool. By the way, you know why? There's a incident. He actually came up and there's a hubby selling this. And then he came over, hey guys, over here, let me. I hear there's alcohol named after me. Let me try it. And then the Hafiz gives it to him, and then the other Janubi looking Hafiz, do you know who that was? Huh? That's my Quay. And he was surprised. I heard that story. He tasted the drink. I was like, yo, that was cool.
why
He
does he
didn't
drink
name
a
it.
lot? Why was it named after him?
I Nah, it's
Because it
named
makes you
after
talk a
him.
lot.
No, no, the main thing is not
Hey.
not talk a lot. Not
I'm
about you talk a lot.
kidding.
I was hearing you saying something that didn't make sense. You start going all over the place and not making sense. was more about along the lines that what you said, the shit you said had made no sense. So we're gonna name something after you. That's what was more along the lines. I like, yo. But yeah, they named it. But I don't know. Even what's it called? Janubian are very funny, man. This is why I think we need to make a Janubi Hollywood. Some of the people who don't do stand up comedy are damn hilarious. There's just so many people that are just making up stories, selling stuff, and everything. But and also under your thing of sorry of what happened with those men doing that chamarat, I suspect you might have rejected them sometime, like we just saw earlier. You unfollowed somebody, and I don't know how did he know you unfollowed him. I'm like, yo, is it? Last time
I
last time I checked, if you unfollow somebody, there's no notification, right? There's no notification. There's no notification like ding ding, you have been unfollowed. How did he?
Santino, you only had 11 followers, so he's gonna notice.
Oh yeah. Oh, you think because the followers are so few? But that and can you? But his name is PP. God, anyway, let's not talk about things like that. But I was just like, yo. Anyway, but I was just sitting there surprised. But yeah, people notice. But is the shamarat? Is it a crime or should it be a crime? Shouldn't the shamarat be slander in many ways? Because I saw a lot of stuff,
yeah.
HIV and all that stuff. Is if the woman rejects a man, oh, she's got AIDS. Oh, a bit the ayana, a bit the maquis. I've heard a lot. I saw a lot live in Juba. Live.
Yeah, no, but I don't think it can be criminalized because they've not done anything really. They're just talking. I feel like it's just the individuals who should just keep their
No, but
intimate information or risky information to themselves. Because
uh,
first of all, this gossiping sort of plays a role when you look at the mental health aspect because it's like the space where some people use for venting, especially women, the women that get the time to gather.
okay. Let me.
Apart, okay, the
Yeah,
negative part is the fact that people use these spaces to like put other people down, badmouth them. But other than that, I mean, people should be able to talk.
you know
But in
what we
other
should do.
countries, if you say
Sorry, go
someone
ahead.
has AIDS and they don't have AIDS, that's a crime.
It's a
Yeah,
lawsuit
that's
for real.
The
information.
AIDS thing is a crime. So there's a very thin line between slander and gossip.
Definitely. Let me say
Yeah,
another
yeah.
thing. There's another thing that's also interesting is for those women who are getting rejecting a guy and then he says HIV and all this stuff. What you need to do, because I saw a very, very funny incident. There's a guy in the gym, he's tall, he got these muscles that he's been using from steroids or God knows what. Anyway, basically what happened was he was saying, "Oh, I slept with that girl and everything," and the girl was also in the gym, and the other friend heard that. So the friend going and told the girl, he said he slept with you. The woman straight up went to him, "Hey, hi, you what?" And he said, "Oh, you're sitting there." His muscles suddenly started to shrink. Did we sleep together? Yes, sir. I said, did you say we sleep together? No, no, I didn't. And his girl was right there. Yes, you did. And he was, I swear I was looking like, yo, dude, you didn't think you'd get confronted? God damn. So I think a lot of people, if someone says shit about you, confront them. We're not from Khartoum. We
But
don't
it's
talk
hard.
behind people's back.
You
No,
can
no,
you
no.
can call on someone who beats you. Do you know Junubin?
You can
You can
easily
call
be
on someone
slapped
who
in
can
Juba.
beat you. Hey,
Huh?
No, it's not
I'm
even
surprised
about
that
getting
guy didn't
slapped,
even
you
slap the
guys.
lady.
Huh? In front of people,
Yeah.
he'll beat you. Huh?
Hey,
Santino, what do you
Santino,
think
are you?
Juba is?
Okay, fine. You say,
Santino,
yeah,
you think
Juba.
Juba is America?
No,
Hey.
no, 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 no. Anyway, fine.
People are
So
getting
come.
shot, not even being slapped. People are getting shot,
I
killed.
don't know, but that's if you sleep with someone else's wife. Never mind. Let's not talk about that.
For
But that's
anything,
true.
Santino.
Yeah, the unknown gunman. Yeah, yeah. But all right, friend.
No, but
Let's
you
have a.
know what? It's really funny because every time I go to Juba, I feel like I can talk shit because I know, you know, I always think they're not gonna hit a woman, and then I think back and I'm like, they will murder me.
Hey, man. There's one story we still didn't forget with our beautiful Australian women. They were going, and then the military guy he stopped them and they started talking to them and said some shit to the the woman, the Belita or whatever he said. Curse her. The woman driver like fuck that. Slapped the guy who had an AK in his hand. Like, oh my god, we're gonna get shot. I was here like, yo. She slapped the guy with an AK. Ah, Some woman has that woman had some steel balls. Slapped the dude with an AK. He didn't collapse, but and I
My
said, "What
friends
happened
got
after
beat up
that?"
so much one time. They got beat up so bad, and when they went home to their dad's gal, they're gonna tell on the Askari people. The dads were like, eh, and why did you do?
You
The
have to
dad
be
said you
humble with
deserve.
those askaris, my God.
Hey,
So when I
somebody
went
once said,
there, this girl was
"Good."
telling me, Angelo, you have to be careful because they'll beat you. They beat us up one time. I was like,
They
I
will.
it's good.
Huh?
I'll mind
When you
my
pass by
tongue.
those checkpoints, you just have to be humble, humble, humble. In Rob
Huh?
helping, like
Hey.
nothing else.
Yeah. Those guys can
You
beat
know,
you. They don't play. I think for
They
me,
can
when I
beat
pass
you.
near someone and they say
they can beat
something
you.
disrespectful or they're on the street, I pretend like I don't know what
Mm.
they're saying. And people start saying, but that
Me,
guy
I
is a
try to smile,
Ugandan.
Nibble.
She's not South
I
Sudanese.
come
Please,
smiling all the way.
Mm.
man,
That's
they can beat you. I just
see.
pretend. And then I remember a time I went to Bor, and then you know those men who follow you. And me, I didn't know they follow people when you want a
Oh.
girl. Me, I was thinking, why is this man following me?
Which
My
one,
son,
Bor,
Oh.
Nibble?
Yeah.
come me, I just get
It's a
my
compliment.
sandals. I
Compliment.
ran. I ran
Compliment.
like real
The
run.
guy was
Actually,
following you. Huh?
yes, but that's how people like. If you're trying to talk to someone, that's what they do. And he reached our home. He's standing at the door. I'm like, I'm finished. And then my auntie's
So
wife came. And she's like, no, this is what they do. I said,
Nibble, are
no.
you from Bor?
Yeah, yeah, I'm from Bor.
And you didn't know this?
uh,
She's your
oh
fellow
No,
Twitch girl.
my goodness.
no, that
What the
was the
hell's
first
going
time I
on?
went to Bor. Yeah,
Oh, Bor
Ay
is
ay
yeah,
ay ay.
Bor.
ridiculous. Bor is the
But then I
village.
started, man, I started ignoring them. They would say, even they started saying, this girl is deaf. Now I'm passing there, they're saying this girl is deaf. I'm like, wow, okay.
Mm.
At least
Oh,
they
I'm
won't
kidding.
ignore.
hey,
And I,
Nebo, 1 second. When you said these people were following you, were they following you on Twitter or were they following you?
Oh, Ksantino,
no, like you're
following her.
walking from the market and someone walks after you, like they're
Oh, following
following
you.
you.
They're following you in real life. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. All right. Well, I was saving that. Go ahead.
Santino,
Continue.
she just said they followed her to her house. How is that true?
I know,
No.
right?
All right. My goodness. Do you was the distance from the where they were to your house very close, or were they walking the whole time? God damn, this is so weird.
That's the weird thing. They were walking peacefully, and they were looking after, like, when somebody is walking and they're minding their business, you can know. But then this
Hmm.
person is following you for a long time. You're like, is this person following me? You stop call, you see they're continuing. I'm like, bus, I'm finished.
Maybe you live in the same area. Nah, they follow you. God damn. Oh.
No, that's the thing. It happens there. Like when you're trying to I think courtship, right? Like when you're trying to show a girl you like them, apparently you're supposed to follow them, go to their home.
Huh?
I'm like,
Huh? Was there "I love you" at the beginning, or there's no "I love you"?
I don't even know what
Yeah,
they do, but I've
if
never
you
really
stop, they'll
sat
tell
down
you.
with them.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the
You'd
Juba
have
thing.
invited them
Uh,
into your house.
uh,
Oh, please.
and then make some
That's what you're
kisra.
supposed to do.
Yeah,
You
a
make
random man
you
I just met
Come
on
with
the
your
way.
eh? You make that kisra, and they eat it, and make kissing sounds with the kisra. Yeah, la la la.
What
But
do you
anyway,
mean? What?
You can't. Santino, what's
you know.
wrong with you? Eat at a
Oh,
girl's house.
sorry. No. But I was just.
Santino, are you South Sudanese, eh?
Take it
Oh, what?
easy. Yes, I'm South Sudanese. Relax, y'all.
Are
I
you
was messing
sure?
with Nebo.
Do you
Uh,
know that you're not supposed to eat at a girl's house though, or is that
huh?
new info?
No, I
Are
mean
you
if she
aware
wants
that
to,
you're
if
not
she
supposed to eat at a
wants
girl's
to
house?
cook, I know you're
You
not
can't
supposed to, but
eat.
people are breaking all the rules. We know. People break all the rules all the time. You can relax. People are always
What?
breaking the rules.
You don't eat at the Nasibat's house.
Ah, all right.
Mm.
Anyway,
No matter how
yeah.
hungry you are, you can't use the toilet and you can't eat. Maybe
Well, tell
water
that.
if you're
Oh,
like
oh, oh my
Tell
gosh.
that.
Imagine
I,
going to the toilet and it can't flush after. And it's like,
Woo!
Uh, This sounds like a date that went wrong. God damn.
I can
Ooh.
die in that toilet because I cannot get out.
Then you're stuck in the bathroom. What to do? You're stuck in the
Oh,
bathroom.
that's so funny
I
though.
read
Can
a
you
story.
imagine,
I
boss?
read a funny
They'll
story.
never. Hmm?
I read a funny story of someone who went to someone's house. I think it was either, I don't know if it was a lady or a guy, but whoever it was went and used the toilet. But the toilet had a problem and wouldn't flush, and the person took a shit. So she had to scoop out the.
Yeah.
Oh, that cute cockroach.
He
God,
scooped it up.
what?
He scooped it up and put it in the. I think it was the lady. So
Rockefeller.
she scooped it out and put
Ah,
it in the bag. No, in her handbag.
what? No evidence, huh? No, there should be no evidence. I would
And
never
she
hear.
just came out of the toilet and she didn't talk to that guy. She just left.
So did
Oh
she
my
did she
god.
ghost him? Is that the old ghosting? Oh my
Oh
god.
God,
Ah yeah yeah.
that's
What's she called?
hilarious.
What's she called? Long leg
Was she
walkout.
what?
Was she